claimed by Emiliano Martinez in the end, but they showed just getting a replay of that previous move. It's a lovely build-up between Rashford and Shaw down the left-hand side. Shaw played the ball into Pogba, and then he got it back from Pogba, played it into Rashford. First time pass back from Rashford, and that was a shot from Luke Shaw, which was sort of parried up in the air by Emiliano Martinez before being cleared away. Villa now in possession with Douglas Luiz. Looks up Douglas Luiz, plays a square ball to Bertrand Traoré. He's being closed down by Pogba and Shaw. He goes back to Cash. Now it's Konza and Mings swapping a couple of passes inside the Villa half. Mings over towards the left-hand side now for Matt Targett. He plays it quickly to Watkins. Watkins being closed down by Lindelof. Now it's with El Ghazi, who tries to shoot from 25 yards, Anwar El Ghazi. But the shot goes just wide. Never really caught it right, El Ghazi. Maybe it wasn't a bad idea to shoot early. Dean Henderson is playing into the sun in this first half. And he's one of few goalkeepers, modern goalkeepers I've noted. Dean Henderson actually wears the baseball cap. It used to be standard equipment for a goalkeeper to come out any time of the season when there was potentially going to be some sunlight on the pitch. And say most goalkeepers nowadays don't really bother with the cap anymore, but I suppose that's also down to the fact that most modern stadiums these days, the way they're constructed, there isn't too much sunlight directly beaming down into the eyes of the players. But Henderson here feels like he needs to wear the cap, and his side so far having a bit of trouble here trying to get away from their own penalty area. Villa pressing here at the edge of the box. It's now back with Victor Lindelof, back over towards the right-hand side. Wan-Bissaka now going back to Lindelof. See these first 8 minutes, most of the time the ball is spending in midfield or in front of the Villa penalty area. Not too much happening in front of United's box at the moment. It is only 8 minutes gone though. There's a long ball now from Victor Lindelof down the left-hand side. It's a great ball and it's great control from Luke Shaw as well. Takes it down and then finds Pogba into the box. Pogba trying to play a 1-2 there with Bruno Fernandes. John McGinn gets in the way, but then Fred tries a left-footed effort from around 25 yards out. It's on target, but it's also down the middle. So although Martinez was always going to be a bit concerned about deflections and any kind of ricochet in front of him, in the end he could see that he was going to be able to make that save. Playing that one straight down the middle. Easy save in the end for the goalkeeper. And Emiliano Martinez now thought about taking a long goal kick, just rolled the ball to Ezri Konza. Rashford is still close by. In the end he goes back to Konza. He's now being closed down by Rashford. Bruno Fernandes is close by as well. Cash now plays it forward to Traoré, who is brought down. As Kavanagh says, that will be a free kick. Shaw bringing down Traoré. Chance now for Villa to try and look up and send the long ball forward. Villa's remaining fixtures this season, following today's match, they play at home to Everton in midweek. They then have a game against Palace next Sunday. And they finish the season against two London sides, away to Spurs and then at home to Chelsea. So in fact, 3 London sides in a row for Villa at the end of the season. As far as Manchester United are concerned, I mentioned they've got a very busy 9 days coming up. Fascinating to see how they change the team for the fixtures coming up. I can't believe they were going to play the same team on Tuesday and on Thursday. So, although there might not be too many changes, do still have that huge match at the end of the season, of course, on the 26th of May, when they play against Villarreal in the Europa League final. It's looking good odds that it could have been an all-English final, just like we have in the Champions League, but Arsenal couldn't get past Villarreal in the second leg. Somewhat shy against Unai Emery in that final towards the end of May. But back here at Villa Park, it's throw on to Villa, getting towards the Manchester United penalty area. El Ghazi's dispossessed, but the loose ball picked up here by John McGinn. Goes back to Matt Targett down the left-hand side. Target's into the box. He puts a cross in, which is charged down by Aaron Wan-Bissaka. And the Villa players are certainly asking the question if Wan-Bissaka perhaps handled that as he was making the challenge. It's going to be a corner kick to Villa anyway, but whether or not there's any scope to say there might have been a penalty, let's just see from this angle. Well, I'm not so sure. I mean, Wan-Bissaka is sliding in. He's actually pointing to his shoulder anyway. I don't know, it might just come off the elbow as he's sliding in, but I'm not so sure you could say there's any intent to play the ball with his hand there. And in any case, referee says play on. VAR don't want to take any more time checking this one. It's just a corner. It's a short corner as well. Barkley to Bertrand. Now back towards the edge of the area now for Matt Targett. He puts the ball into the box. too much on that. See so many teams playing these very complicated one-touch corner kicks, lay it off, then whip it in. In the meantime, half the team are offside, or the final cross is over hit, or it's under hit. I just think sometimes whipping that ball into the edge of the 6-yard box, putting it in the mixer, as they used to say, I still think that would be an effective way to try and use those corner kicks. Not every time, of course, because then you can start to defend against that as well, but just put a little bit of doubt in between the goalkeeper and the defenders. If they've got all that time to then set themselves for a cross, which doesn't even reach its intended target anyway, it seemed like a bit of a wasted exercise. But United now losing the ball at the edge of their own box. It's Scott McTominay dispossessed, and now El Ghazi puts the ball into Watkins. El Ghazi gets it back. He was under pressure, though, having to go back towards McGinn. Right-footed cross from McGinn, ends up inside the penalty area. Traore turns to try and fire, claiming that it was deflected out for a corner, and it is going to be a corner kick to Villa. Again, United just a little bit pedestrian and trying to get rid of this ball. And chance now for Villa from this set piece. See how they want to use this one. Everyone slowly arriving back inside the penalty area. You can see Konza and Mings just on the penalty spot. Watkins just a little bit behind them. You'd expect they're all going to start charging towards the edge of the 6-yard box once this ball is whipped in. Plenty of pushing and shoving inside the penalty area. That ball is now whipped in by Matt Targett, straight into the 6-yard box, header away by Harry Maguire, whose ball picked up by Douglas Luiz. He goes back towards the halfway line now for Matty Cash. And now Barkley, he dropped a little bit deeper this time. United have set up at the edge of the area with their offside, but the ball in from Barkley is way over hit. No chance of getting on the end of that one. And that one is out for a goal kick. So after a very bright start from Manchester United in this match, Aston Villa have just responded in the last few minutes. First couple of minutes, United certainly dominating. Had a couple of good chances down the left-hand side. Luke Shaw had an effort which was saved by Martinez, and there was also a strike from Fred which was straight at the goalkeeper. Just in the last few minutes, though, Aston Villa have had a couple of half chances themselves. Scott McTominay was a bit slow in losing the ball at the edge of his own box, which gave Villa half a chance. There was also a decent corner kick whipped in from the right-hand side by Matt Targett before it was dealt with by Harry Maguire. But the home side just starting to find their feet a little bit more after a positive start from United at Villa Park. It is 0-0. Now back with Dean Henderson under pressure there from Ollie Watkins. Watkins sending that Henderson sending that ball long now towards Bruno Fernandes, and Fernandes under pressure there from Tyrone Mings. Now going out on that left-hand side. Mings with the attempted clearance. Bruno Fernandes charges it down, and Greenwood gets across and keeps it in place. So there's still a chance here for United as Fernandes puts a cross in which just deflects away from the path of Paul Pogba and into the arms of Emiliano Martinez. Keeper just waiting now for his teammates to get into position. He rolls it short to Douglas Luiz. A bit risky because there are still Bruno Fernandes and Marcus Rashford fairly close by. In the end, Villa don't want to take that chance. They go back to Martinez. Long clearance from him now up towards the halfway line. It's Douglas Luiz for Villa under pressure from Pogba out towards Cash on the right-hand side. Now it's Traore towards Douglas Luiz. The ball now over with Tyrone Mings on the left-hand side. Looks up and plays it short now towards Matt Targett. John McGinn's ball forward is blocked by Wan-Bissaka. Fernandes now back to Greenwood. Greenwood's pass towards Rashford is blocked twice, and then the loose ball here with El Ghazi. Now he plays it towards Ollie Watkins, or Watkins passes it out towards the right-hand side for Bertrand Traore. He goes to ground, but a little bit too easy. But then Luke Shaw loses that ball a little bit too easily as well, and now it's Matt Cash playing it into Barkley. Barkley, though, couldn't control it at the edge of the area. It's a shame that for Villa. It's a decent half chance for them, but now it's United going forward with a ball over the top from Paul Pogba. Gets it in towards Marcus Rashford. Rashford breaks into the penalty area, finds Bruno Fernandes. The angles were against him. He was over on the left-hand side. He's a right footer, and he's trying to sort of guide that almost with the toe end towards the near post. But the angles say were against him. In the end, he just hits it straight ahead of himself, and the ball goes out for a goal kick. Will be a goal kick now for Aston Villa. 15 minutes gone. Independent off-tube studio commentary. Aston Villa 0, Manchester United 0. Brighter start from United. Decent response from Villa in just the last couple of minutes. It's United that are trying to get forward again now. Again, Villa insisting on trying to at least approach a short goal kick, but they've given up the last couple of times, realising there was just too many United players in the vicinity. Long ball now over towards Watkins on the halfway line, but United are back in possession with McTominay. Fernandes, though, dispossessed by Matt Targett, and now it's Douglas Luiz in midfield here for Aston Villa. Finds John McGinn straight away under pressure from Fred as he tries to turn. Fred brings him down, so it is going to be a free kick to Villa. Konza now over towards the right-hand side for Matt Cash. Konza over towards Mings. It's John McGinn. Long ball over the top from John McGinn, over towards that right-hand edge of the penalty area. Traore is chasing this one, but Luke Shaw, he doesn't want to take the chance. He's got a very fast and very skilled player, Traore, just behind him, so he tries to head it. He tried to get a bit of an angle there, the header there, Luke Shaw, as he was running back towards his own goal line. He wanted to avoid the corner kick, but he couldn't do it. Luke Shaw, by the way, in terms of his creativity, he's created more chances for his team than any other defender in the Premier League this season. And interestingly enough, just as we see that stat, we also see Alex Telles on the bench. Of course, the player that would be in the team had it not been for the good form of Luke Shaw. There was a time when Telles was getting picked ahead of Shaw, but just towards the end of the season, Shaw's form really has improved. Proved himself to be a very important player in the United starting 11. We've got this corner kick now for Villa on the right-hand side. Matt Targett is standing over it. Konza just turns to whisper something to Mings as well. We'll see how these two want to approach this corner as the ball is whipped in towards the back post. Once again, it's Maguire with the header away, and then Rashford clearing that one down the right-hand side, but straight to Douglas Luiz. So Villa are still in possession inside the United half. Now it's with Barkley. He goes back towards goes back towards Cash on the right-hand side. Now it's with Douglas Luiz. United in the meantime have pushed out a little bit, but still some space here for Villa to try and work inside the United half. Traore now down the right-hand side, playing it back in towards Konza. Konza playing it square to Tyrone Mings. Towards John McGinn. So Villa quite purposely here, not trying to risk it too much with playing long balls or too many attacking passes. Just quite happy to hold the ball in midfield and just keep it away from Manchester United. So it shows a confidence in Villa that they are able to keep possession like this. Although, of course, if you do it for too long without too much variety, then there is going to be a chance that the opposition can get wise to it. The last 10 minutes, though, it has been a significant improvement. Villa with 61% possession, United with 39. Bertrand Traore brought down by Paul Pogba, who's looking very surprised now towards our referee Chris Kavanagh, like he can't believe that decision has gone against him. But Villa still choosing to play the free kick short. Had the option to try and go long towards the edge of the area, but it's now with Matt Targett on the left-hand side. Plays it forward now towards El Ghazi. El Ghazi laying this off for Targett. That one is deflected out by Wan-Bissaka. He's off Targett and out for a United throw. Down the right-hand side. Wan-Bissaka waiting to restart play. The bench for Villa, by the way, it's Carney Chukwuemeka and Jacob Ramsey, Courtney House, Ahmed El-Mohammadi, Jaden Philogene Bades, Marvellous Nakamba, Kean Davis, Wesley and Tom Heaton, the goalkeeper. As for Manchester United, it's Nemanja Matic and Brandon Williams, Edinson Cavani, Axel Tuanzebe, Donny van der Beek, Alex Telles, Eric Bailly, Juan Mata and David De Gea on the bench for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer this afternoon. United now in possession with Lindelof bringing the ball forward up towards the halfway line. Plays it to Rashford, to drop a bit deeper this time. Rashford has got Bruno Fernandes on the right-hand side. Fernandes' ball in. Well, it was overhit, Fernandes, and even if it had been a little bit shorter in terms of the height of it, it's still far too quick for Mason Green. I'm assuming that Green was the only intended target. There's no one else in the box. But that ball from Bruno Fernandes had too much on it. Villa didn't enjoy too much possession in the meantime, though. Just a long clearance towards the United penalty area. And the visitors now back in possession with Victor Lindelof and Harry Maguire, slowly bringing the ball forward. Here is Maguire again, closed down by Watkins. Forward to Fred, now over towards McTominay. McTominay now finding Bruno Fernandes out towards the right-hand side. Here is chance now for Marcus Rashford under pressure. Ball goes out for a throw to Manchester United. The ball now going back towards Fernandes. Fernandes playing it back to McTominay. Now Fred being closed down by McGinn. United forced to go back towards Lindelof, who's just inside his own half here, but United still in possession, trying to get that possession stat back in their favour. Maguire plays a good ball out towards Shaw, down the left-hand side. He gets to the edge of the area, finds Mason Greenwood, whose miscued shot almost turns out like a perfect pass towards Marcus Rashford. But he was well blocked there by Mings, and now it's Villa trying to break out down the left-hand side. El Ghazi drops the shoulder and gets away from Bruno Fernandes, plays it forward now to Ross Barkley, who's brought down by Victor Lindelof. Free kick to Aston Villa down the left-hand side. So that was a good ball in from Luke Shaw down the left-hand side, and it was Mings just ahead of Rashford, and as Rashford tried to get on the end of that, it just actually goes behind. I thought Tyrone Mings had got a touch on this one, but he actually leaves it, Mings. It just goes past his foot, and it was just behind him where Matt Targett was able to block the ball from getting through towards Marcus Rashford. As I say, that wasn't a pass to Rashford, it was a strike from Mason Greenwood, which just came off the toe end, and it ended up like being a good pull towards his strike partner. And then the ball now sent up towards the edge of the United penalty area. Now back with Dean Henderson. Clearance from the goalkeeper, taken down by Rashford, but it looks like there might have been an offside there against Rashford. I think he was still coming back towards his own half. Kick now to Villa around about the halfway line. 23 minutes gone, independent of Tube Studio commentary. Still goalless between Villa and Manchester United. Two more games coming up in the Premier League this afternoon and this evening at 4:30. West Ham United take on Everton, and at 7 p.m. Arsenal take on West Bromwich Albion. Here come Villa now down the left-hand side with Douglas Luiz. It's the ball in to Anwar El Ghazi, back to Douglas Luiz. He then plays it back towards Matt Targett. Under pressure there, Targett runs straight into Mason Greenwood, but Villa still with the ball inside the United half, heading towards the penalty area. Douglas Luiz plays it into Bertrand Traoré, tries to turn, and it's a great strike from Bertrand Traoré. Goodness me, where's that come from? It looks like he was being stopped there by Victor Lindelof. The angles were all against him, and he suddenly turns and swipes at it with his superb left foot into the top corner. And on 23 minutes, Aston Villa take the lead. And what a great strike this is from Bertrand Traoré. It's Mason Greenwood trying to bring the ball away for United. The ball's then popped up in the air by Targett. John McGinn then finds Douglas Luiz, and Luiz finds Traoré. He tries to turn. Lindelof blocks him initially, but then the second ball comes back to Bertrand Traoré. Doesn't seem like he's got any angle to shoot, but it really is an excellent strike into the top corner, and absolutely no chance for Dean Henderson. And so Aston Villa take the lead on 23 minutes. And what a strike this is from Bertrand Traoré. After the ball was played into him at the edge of the area by Douglas Luiz, Traoré tries to turn and get that ball onto his left foot. He's actually stopped by Victor Lindelof, who just flicks the ball away a yard or two. But then Traoré, without even looking to see where the goal is, gets that ball and just swipes at it with his left foot, laces it right into the top corner. A fantastic strike, no chance for Dean Henderson. And Villa, who started slow in this match but have started to see more and more of the ball in attack, have now taken the lead. It's Aston Villa 1, Manchester United 0. Bit of a glum face there on Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He probably thought that Victor Lindelof was going to be in a position to deal with that, but to say he probably felt as though he dealt with the initial threat, just flicked that ball away from Traoré, so it was almost like he had no angle to try and shoot a goal. He's going to have to try and turn me again, and all of a sudden Traoré just hits it anyway and finds the top corner. A fantastic strike, and here come Manchester United now. They need to respond quickly with Shaw down the left-hand side, finds Rashford. Rashford being stopped here by Matt Cash, but Rashford still keeps it alive. He gets the ball into the edge of the 6-yard box. Mings is there and puts that ball out for a corner. And there were United players waiting if Mings hadn't have been there. There was Greenwood and Bruno Fernandes waiting just at the edge of the 6-yard box. And the ball is out for a corner. For United to respond as quickly as possible here. Bruno Fernandes sets this one up on the left-hand side. Fitted in swinger, the Portuguese international into the 6-yard box. Oh, it's just over the head of Harry Maguire, and Konza just behind him sweeps the ball away. A goal scorer, Bertrand Traoré, is then brought down just at the edge of his own area by Scott McTominay. But Villa won't mind that too much, just slows things down. Just makes it that much more difficult for United to get into a rhythm again, having conceded that goal. Villa that lead on 23 minutes. That's a strike from Bertrand Traoré. As I said, they'll want to just slow things down a bit more. They're going to expect a response here from Manchester United over the next 5, 10, 15 minutes. Got around 19 minutes to play before half-time. Free kick now taken by Emiliano Martinez was for the foul at the edge of the area from McTominay. The ball now played up towards the edge of the United penalty area, but there's going to be a free kick in the visitors' favour this time. Fernandes just caught there as he was trying to go for that ball. There will be a chance now for United to get the ball, play the ball long. Well, United are top of the league in terms of wins from after having conceded first. They've won 9 matches this season where they've conceded first. Leicester City and Liverpool are the next two on that list with 5 and 4 respectively. So United really are. That's an excellent stat to have to be trailing in 9 Premier League matches and come back and win them. And we'll see if they can make it double digits today with the 10th time they can come back to win a match having conceded first. They're trying to get that equaliser first of all. Possession down the right-hand side with McTominay, finding Wan-Bissaka. His cross is flicked up in the air by Douglas Luiz. He heads that one away to avoid the corner, but he actually heads it straight to Wan-Bissaka. So still a chance here for him to try and get a cross in. He plays it back towards McTominay. And now Bruno Fernandes back towards Lindelof on the halfway line. Ollie Watkins is there trying to make a use of himself. He crashes into Scott McTominay as well. So McTominay picks himself up. Doesn't to be too much wrong with him there. And United now back in possession with Maguire. Back to Lindelof. Towards McTominay on the right-hand side. Somebody now playing it forward to Rashford. To McTominay, Rashford now turning and threading a great ball through towards Wan-Bissaka. First time cross, maybe he didn't need to cross it first time. He wanted to get it in early, but Mings is able to put that one out for a corner. Just thinking that if Wan-Bissaka takes a touch or two, he can set himself and really try and put in an inch-perfect pass, because there were 2 United players waiting in the box. Paul Pogba and Mason Greenwood were both there, but the ball never reaches them. It's going to be a corner kick to Manchester United down the right-hand side. It's fair to say that Emiliano Martinez right now is surrounded by players. Well, certainly there's a cluster of them. 9 players stood in front of the goalkeeper here. Combination of Villa and United players. So he's going to have to negotiate quite a bit of traffic here, Martinez, if he wants to come out. But this one, the ball is whipped in. It's too much whip, though. Straight onto the head of Ezri Konsa, who's easily able to get that one away. Back towards the halfway line. Here is Wan-Bissaka, usually the last man back for Manchester United. Plays it to Bruno Fernandes, who dropped a bit deeper. And now Pogba back to Bruno Fernandes, getting towards the penalty area. Fernandes finds Greenwood. Greenwood's ball in. It's cleared back towards the halfway line. Closed down here by Ollie Watkins. And now the ball pouncing on the halfway line. And Wan-Bissaka, did he handball that? I think he did. Looks to me like he may have just handballed it. Now Victor Lindelof doesn't want to give the ball back to Ollie Watkins. Neither does Scott McTominay. All these things players try to do just to slow the game down, just to try and frustrate the opposition. United will be frustrated here, trailing by a goal to 0. It's a crossfield ball from left to right. Now Cash plays this forward towards Bertrand Traoré, who who's dispossessed by Harry Maguire. Maguire's unhappy there. He feels as though he might have been impeded there as he was trying to clear that one. 2 assistant referees this afternoon. Sidakis and Massey. Massey there on that occasion didn't feel as though there was a foul on Maguire. But the throw for Villa goes straight to Maguire, and he then finds Pogba down the left. He's under pressure from Cash, but it will be a United throw now down the left-hand side. And they'll be able to try and get this ball away from their own penalty area. 30 minutes gone. Independent off-tube studio commentary from Villa Park. Aston Villa leading Manchester United by a goal to 0. Scored by Bertrand Traoré, and it was a great goal from Bertrand Traoré as well on 24 minutes. That was after a bright start from United, where they had a fair amount of possession in and around the Villa penalty area, but only really a couple of half chances. There was the strike from Luke Shaw at a tight angle. There was a strike from Mason Greenwood, which ended up almost being a perfect pass to Marcus Rashford after he miscued it slightly. And there was also an effort from Fred, which went straight down the middle. Villa, in fairness, haven't had too many chances apart from the goal that they scored, but it was an excellent goal. Now, United have lost the ball inside their own half. McTominay dispossessed, and here come Villa now down the left-hand side with Anwar El Ghazi being stopped here by Wan-Bissaka. El Ghazi still trying to trick his way past Wan-Bissaka. He stands up the ball, but it's too much height on that one, and it's an easy save for Dean Henderson in the end. Just waiting for his teammates to get into a better position. He thought about clearing it long. Henderson just decides to roll it here to Lindelof. Square now to Maguire. Over to Shaw down the left-hand side. He's stopped by Traore. And the ball is now out for a throw to Manchester United down the left-hand side. Shaw is waiting with this one. Shaw looking up, not seeing any options to pass though. Little time here to take this throw. Luke Shaw gets it in towards Rashford. He plays it back to Pogba. 3 Villa players around Paul Pogba though. And as he tries to move forward, in the end he plays the ball out. It's going to be a throw to Villa now. Taken by Cash on the right-hand side. For an option here, Cash. It's Traore who's just ahead of him. As I mentioned, Villa's home form in the Premier League this season hasn't been great. If we look at their last 8 games, Villa have won just 2 of them at home. That was back in early February when they beat Arsenal 1-0, and back in early April when they beat Fulham 3-1. The remaining 6 games that Villa have played in that time have been defeats or draws. Defeats against Leicester, Spurs and Manchester City. In fairness, the opposition in those particular games were of a higher calibre as well as draws against Wolves and West Bromwich Albion. There's also a defeat to West Ham right at the beginning of February as well, so it's not been good form for Villa at home. And saying that, their away form in the last 10 games hasn't been great either. Villa have just gone off the boil a little bit towards the end of this season, but that said, they made a very good start. And I actually think that Dean Smith, although considering they were newly promoted last season and were candidates for relegation for most of last season, the fact that they're now in 11th place and they're 21 points clear of the relegation zone, you'd say that's a good result for Villa, but I would reckon that ambitious Dean Smith and his players and coaches would say that considering how Villa started this season, they'll probably be a little bit disappointed they're not maybe sort of rooted in that top 10. Looking at teams like Leeds United ahead of Aston Villa, although if Villa were to win today, they would jump ahead of Leeds. And they still have a game in hand over Leeds United after they've played today, so they still have a chance of getting back into that top 10 and securing their spot in the top 10. They'll start to be looking at perhaps catching Everton in 8th place. Currently 8 points off Spurs in 7th. That might just be a little bit too much of a bridge to cross in terms of the limited number of games left before the end of the season, but a bit of a slowdown in midfield momentarily. Now we're back underway with United trying to get forward. Run down the middle here from Greenwood. Gets the ball towards Shaw down the left-hand side. Shaw's cross is too close to Emiliano Martinez. He effectively just has to lie on his side and stop the ball getting across him. He didn't really have to change his position at all from being stood just in the middle of his 6-yard box. So Shaw's got to get a bit more whip on this cross to actually give his teammates half a chance, and you can see Bruno Fernandes there throwing his arms up in frustration and seeing his teammates wasting that crossing opportunity. But Villa give the ball away almost immediately in midfield. Here come United now with Rashford laying it off to Bruno Fernandes. Well, now it might be the turn of Bruno Fernandes' teammates to throw their arms up in the air in frustration, because he should have done a little bit better with that one. He could have looked up to try and play a quick 1-2 with Rashford. Instead, he decides to take an early shot from around 25 yards out. But the strike goes a long way over the bar. So, we've had 10 shots so far in this match, 3 from Villa, 7 from United. United lead 2-1 in shots on target, but it's Villa who lead the match by a goal to 0. That effort from Bertrand Traore was the only shot on target from Villa, and it's given us the only goal. At Villa Park, United have responded well, having conceded that goal. They've had a couple of half chances, and they've wasted a couple of opportunities as well. A good opportunity down the left-hand side for Luke Shaw, but the cross was far too close to Emiliano Martinez. There was also an effort from Bruno Fernandes, which went a long way over the bar. Villa have tried to just slow the game down a little bit. They've had a couple of chances to get forward themselves, but it's been more with long balls trying to catch United out. They're not doing too much in terms of possession play, trying to get forward, because they are just trying to slow the game game down a little bit to try and maintain this lead and not allow United too much space to get forward. But United certainly are leading it in terms of the stats. They've had 7 shots to Villa's 3. They're seeing more of the ball in the last 10 minutes or so, but it's still Villa who lead by a goal to nil. Here come United now down the left-hand side. Shaw's ball in towards Pogba. Pogba at the edge of the area just takes down Bertrand Traore, and that is going to be a free kick to Aston Villa. I mean, he's a little bit unlucky there, Pogba, because I think he's got control of the ball. He just lays it off in front of himself, and then at that point Traore steps in between Pogba and the ball. So Pogba's already started to motion to go towards taking a shot, and that's when he catches Bertrand Traore. Interesting stat actually in terms of how the fouls have gone in this match so far. We've had 11 fouls in this match. 1 foul from Aston Villa, 10 fouls from Manchester United. So United frustrated in trying to get that ball back and trying to create opportunities. And they're giving some free kicks away as well. Mings now playing the ball back towards Martinez. Long clearance now from the goalkeeper. Shaw now plays it back towards Harry Maguire. It's with Fred over towards the left-hand side. Shaw with options ahead of him. He could have played it short to Bruno Fernandes. He plays it into Rashford. First time pass from Rashford into Pogba, breaking into the box. But a combination of Cash and Konza stopping Pogba in his tracks. The ball now cleared towards midfield, and Traore plays it square now to Douglas Luiz. He plays an early ball, but it's not a good ball. It's a shame as well because there was space for Anwar El Ghazi down that left-hand side. But Douglas Luiz's pass is pretty much behind Anwar El Ghazi, so no chance really. Interesting stat for Bruno Fernandes that he's had 8 shots in the last 8. So he's had 21 shots in the last 8 matches for Manchester United. He's also created 18 chances. But he has just been a little bit off the pace, I think, Bruno Fernandes, possibly because his arrival at Old Trafford was such an impact. He pretty much carried that team when he first arrived. So I think we've all become used to Bruno Fernandes always being that unstoppable, but he's playing well rather than playing very well at the moment, I suppose you could say. As Pogba now in possession for United just at the edge of the Villa penalty area, going back towards Scott McTominay. And now it's with Fred. Bruno Fernandes to Luke Shaw. On the left-hand side, Shaw into Bruno Fernandes, threads that back to Shaw. He tries to get a shot away, he can't quite do it, but Rashford keeping the ball alive, plays into McTominay. Rashford back to Bruno Fernandes inside the penalty area, as is now laid off, and Rashford with the strike, but it's down the middle, and a good save in the end from Martinez. Patient build-up there from United. The strike in the end, it was on target, but it was Rashford hitting it with his right foot from the right-hand side of the penalty area, curling it pretty much towards where the goalkeeper was stood. So unless he really gets some whip on that, Rashford, and real power, didn't seem like there was much chance of doing too much to surprise the goalkeeper. On clearance now from Martinez, goes out for a throw to United down the left-hand side. Still relatively close to their own penalty area. It's with Luke Shaw now. That ball in towards Bruno Fernandes. Now we're played back towards Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Side now to Mason Greenwood. Now a ball over the top here from McTominay, looking for Pogba. Cash's header away, almost dropped to Pogba, but Konza was reacting quickly to at least partially clear that. Fred keeps it alive here for United. Now it's with Greenwood, breaks into the box and tries a right-footed strike, which is only partially saved by Martinez, and then the rebound was controlled by Konza, but because Konza was facing his own goal, he actually played that ball back towards his own goal line before finally clearing it. There was probably a heart-in-mouth moment there for Martinez that his defender was going to score an own goal there, but Konza in the end able to deal with that, and in fairness he still had about a yard before he really had to start panicking. But this was decent from Greenwood. I'm happy to see that Greenwood's using his right foot more and more as well. He's got a fantastic left foot, Mason Greenwood, but if he can get into a mode of being two-footed early on in his career, he really will have a superb weapon there, and being able to use both feet. Saw him score an excellent goal with his right foot recently as well. Possession in the last 10 minutes, 73% for Manchester United, 27% for Aston Villa. So the visitors are starting to see more and more of the ball, but still not too much happening in front of goal. Just a little bit more, I suppose, than what we were seeing straight after Villa had scored. But United would still like to have a little bit more of an attacking say in this match. It was a free kick to Manchester United. And the referee, Chris Kavanagh, just wouldn't allow it to be taken straight away. Just wanted to have a quick word with John McGinn first. It's McTominay here for United, a square to Maguire. Maguire down the left-hand side, finding Shaw. His ball is behind Paul Pogba. It's now picked up here by Douglas Luiz, out towards Bertrand Traoré. Then plays it back towards Cash. Cash now a square to Konza. So back towards Tyrone Mings. Mings with a long clearance now, down the middle. Ball bouncing just in front of the penalty area, headed away by Lindelof. And then Maguire was caught there by Bertrand Traoré. Maguire looking a little bit frustrated there towards the referee, like he might have expected a yellow card there for Traoré. It's quite a painful one there. Traoré has tried to go for the ball, but he does catch Lindelof on the foot. Now United going forward here with Rashford, finding Greenwood. Back to Rashford, heading towards the penalty area. Rashford was shaping to shoot, just plays it square now towards Wan-Bissaka. Wan-Bissaka's ball in is just a little bit too high for Bruno Fernandes. Konza with the header away, and then Konza hits the deck. I mean, the referee is pointing to Konza's head, or so he's pointing to his own head, saying, well, it's a head injury. It's not a head injury. It's Ezri Konza who's hurt his left knee there. So potentially United, a bit of a get-out-of-jail-free card there for Aston Villa, because, as I say, Rashford, United captain, straight over towards the referee. I mean, there is a bit of an elbow there from Bruno Fernandes into Ezri Konza, but there's no contact with his head. He gets an elbow to the chest, and as a result of that, I think he falls awkwardly and lands badly on his left knee. That's what's causing him the problems now. But clearly saw, as soon as he hit the deck, referee Chris Kavanagh stopped play and pointed to two fingers to his head, as if to say, well, there's a head injury, I have to stop play because of that. But I'm afraid on this occasion there was no head injury. I suppose better to be safe than sorry in that kind of situation. If it was a serious head injury and the referee allowed play to go on, well, obviously he would be getting all kinds of criticism for that, and rightfully so. It's got to be safety first. But on this occasion, United still would have had a half chance to get some kind of activity. Now, you can see here Bruno Fernandes is chasing the ball, because United are saying it should be a drop ball after play was stopped. And so Emiliano Martinez put the ball down on the ground, and immediately Bruno Fernandes, maybe just for show, or maybe he genuinely thought he could do it, just charged at the goalkeeper as if to say, well, the ball's back in play now, so I can try and pick this off him. But it is now going to be Emiliano Martinez given the chance to clear this one. I should also point out that there probably was enough scope to say there was a free kick there for Villa anyway. I did think there was a bit of an elbow in the chest there from Bruno Fernandes into Konza, which is what caused him to fall awkwardly. He's fine, by the way. He's back on the field now. Just needed a moment with the physio. Got around 90 seconds left to play in this first half. Independent off-tube studio commentary. Aston Villa leading Manchester United by a goal to nil. Goal scored by Bertrand Traoré on 24 minutes. Since that goal, United have progressively got more and more into the game. I mean, they started off well as well, United, but there was that little period for Villa when they just started to see a little bit more of the ball. United are now trying to really ram home that advantage, but still struggling really to create chance after chance. Only a couple of times where Martinez has really been called into action. Now a long ball for going from left to right was a bit too quick there for Wan-Bissaka. He couldn't keep it in play. It is a throw to Aston Villa now down the left-hand side. Target is standing with this one. From target into Ross Barkley. And a pretty quiet half for Ross Barkley, because we've seen a fair amount of Bertrand Traoré and a little bit of Anwar El Ghazi as well. Would like to see Ross Barkley getting into the game a bit more. So the ball now played back towards Villa goalkeeper Martinez. With Mings now on the left-hand side. Moves it in towards McGinn. Now to Cash on the right-hand side. We're into injury time at the end of this first half. Just waiting for our fourth official to confirm. It's Martin Atkinson who's our fourth official, just to confirm how much injury time there is going to be. I think, yes, confirmation is just 1 minute now, so we've got to play. Less than that now, really, as Villa push forward down the right here with Cash. Just gets stuck with the ball a little bit, but plays it out towards Traore. He's got Shaw in front of him. Traore's cross towards the back post. Ooh, and El Ghazi applauds the cross, although he couldn't do anything with it. He actually moved forward a little bit too soon there, I think, Anwar El Ghazi. So by the time he was jumping for the ball, he was actually behind him. But United take a short goal kick, and that's a real centre-forwards tackle there from Ollie Watkins. He is going to get a nailed-on yellow card for that one. As you say, he was just trying to... Villa were trying to put a bit of pressure on United, taking this short goal kick. And Ollie Watkins slides in and takes down Harry Maguire. Wasn't a good challenge from Ollie Watkins. Third booking of the season for the former Brentford man. And the ball is now over on the right-hand side. Lindelof's clearance doesn't go very far at all. McGinn plays it into Watkins, edge of the area. Watkins with the strike, a one-handed save from Henderson. Keeps the ball out, and that may well be the last action of this first half. We've had the full minute of injury time, and that is the end of the first half. Chris Kavanagh calling time on a half which has been frustrating for Manchester United. They've had more of the ball, they've had more chances, but an absolute worldie from Bertrand Traore gives Villa the lead here at half time, and I'm back in 15 minutes for second half of Tube Studio commentary. Half-time at Villa Park, Aston Villa lead Manchester United by a goal to nil. It was a fabulous strike from Bertrand Traore. He got the ball at the edge of the area from Douglas Luiz. He was initially stopped by Victor Lindelof, but he still had a chance. It was slightly at the wrong angle, but he managed to sweep his left foot across it and find the top corner. A fantastic strike from Bertrand Traore. That was after a really good start from Manchester United, albeit they didn't have too many chances. They ended the half quite strongly as well, with a couple of half chances, efforts from Greenwood and from Rashford, but Villa holding on. They lead by a goal to nil. Half-time at Villa Park, Aston Villa lead Manchester United by a goal to nil. It was a fabulous strike from Bertrand Traore. He got the ball at the edge of the area from Douglas Luiz. He was initially stopped by Victor Lindelof, but he still had a chance. It was slightly at the wrong angle, but he managed to sweep his left foot across it and find the top corner. A fantastic strike from Bertrand Traore. That was after a really good start from Manchester United, albeit they didn't have too many chances. They ended the half quite strongly as well, with a couple of half chances, efforts from Greenwood and from Rashford, but Villa holding on. They lead by a goal to nil. Half-time at Villa Park, Aston Villa lead Manchester United by a goal to nil. It was a fabulous strike from Bertrand Traore. He got the ball at the edge of the area from Douglas Luiz. He was initially stopped by Victor Lindelof, but he still had a chance. It was slightly at the wrong angle, but he managed to sweep his left foot across it and find the top corner. A fantastic strike from Bertrand Traore. That was after a really good start from Manchester United, albeit they didn't have too many chances. They ended the half quite strongly as well, with a couple of half chances, efforts from Greenwood and from Rashford, but Villa holding on. They lead by a goal to nil. Half-time at Villa Park, Aston Villa lead Manchester United by a goal to nil. It was a fabulous strike from Bertrand Traore. He got the ball at the edge of the area from Douglas Luiz. He was initially stopped by Victor Lindelof, but he still had a chance. It was slightly at the wrong angle, but he managed to sweep his left foot across it and find the top corner. A fantastic strike from Bertrand Traore. That was after a really good start from Manchester United, albeit they didn't have too many chances. They ended the half quite strongly as well, with a couple of half chances, efforts from Greenwood and from Rashford, but Villa holding on. They lead by a goal to nil. Half-time at Villa Park, Aston Villa lead Manchester United by a goal to nil. It was a fabulous strike from Bertrand Traore. He got the ball at the edge of the area from Douglas Luiz. He was initially stopped by Victor Lindelof, but he still had a chance. It was slightly at the wrong angle, but he managed to sweep his left foot across it and find the top corner. A fantastic strike from Bertrand Traore. That was after a really good start from Manchester United, albeit they didn't have too many chances. They ended the half quite strongly as well, with a couple of half chances, efforts from Greenwood and from Rashford, but Villa holding on. They lead by a goal to nil. Half-time at Villa Park, Aston Villa lead Manchester United by a goal to nil. It was a fabulous strike from Bertrand Traore. He got the ball at the edge of the area from Douglas Luiz. He was initially stopped by Victor Lindelof, but he still had a chance. It was slightly at the wrong angle, but he managed to sweep his left foot across it and find the top corner. A fantastic strike from Bertrand Traore. That was after a really good start from Manchester United, albeit they didn't have too many chances. They ended the half quite strongly as well, with a couple of half chances, efforts from Greenwood and from Rashford, but Villa holding on. They lead by a goal to nil. Half-time at Villa Park, Aston Villa lead Manchester United by a goal to nil. It was a fabulous strike from Bertrand Traore. He got the ball at the edge of the area from Douglas Luiz. He was initially stopped by Victor Lindelof, but he still had a chance. It was slightly at the wrong angle, but he managed to sweep his left foot across it and find the top corner. A fantastic strike from Bertrand Traore. That was after a really good start from Manchester United, albeit they didn't have too many chances. They ended the half quite strongly as well, with a couple of half chances, efforts from Greenwood and from Rashford, but Villa holding on. They lead by a goal to nil. Half-time at Villa Park, Aston Villa lead Manchester United by a goal to nil. It was a fabulous strike from Bertrand Traore. He got the ball at the edge of the area from Douglas Luiz. He was initially stopped by Victor Lindelof, but he still had a chance. It was slightly at the wrong angle, but he managed to sweep his left foot across it and find the top corner. A fantastic strike from Bertrand Traore. That was after a really good start from Manchester United, albeit they didn't have too many chances. They ended the half quite strongly as well, with a couple of half chances, efforts from Greenwood and from Rashford, but Villa holding on. They lead by a goal to nil. Half-time at Villa Park, Aston Villa lead Manchester United by a goal to nil. It was a fabulous strike from Bertrand Traore. He got the ball at the edge of the area from Douglas Luiz. He was initially stopped by Victor Lindelof, but he still had a chance. It was slightly at the wrong angle, but he managed to sweep his left foot across it and find the top corner. A fantastic strike from Bertrand Traore. That was after a really good start from Manchester United, albeit they didn't have too many chances. They ended the half quite strongly as well, with a couple of half chances, efforts from Greenwood and from Rashford, but Villa holding on. They lead by a goal to nil. Half-time at Villa Park, Aston Villa lead Manchester United by a goal to nil. It was a fabulous strike from Bertrand Traore. He got the ball at the edge of the area from Douglas Luiz. He was initially stopped by Victor Lindelof, but he still had a chance. It was slightly at the wrong angle, but he managed to sweep his left foot across it and find the top corner. A fantastic strike from Bertrand Traore. That was after a really good start from Manchester United, albeit they didn't have too many chances. They ended the half quite strongly as well, with a couple of half chances, efforts from Greenwood and from Rashford, but Villa holding on. They lead by a goal to nil. Half-time at Villa Park, Aston Villa lead Manchester United by a goal to nil. It was a fabulous strike from Bertrand Traore. He got the ball at the edge of the area from Douglas Luiz. He was initially stopped by Victor Lindelof, but he still had a chance. It was slightly at the wrong angle, but he managed to sweep his left foot across it and find the top corner. A fantastic strike from Bertrand Traore. That was after a really good start from Manchester United, albeit they didn't have too many chances. They ended the half quite strongly as well, with a couple of half chances, efforts from Greenwood and from Rashford, but Villa holding on. They lead by a goal to nil. Half-time at Villa Park, Aston Villa lead Manchester United by a goal to nil. It was a fabulous strike from Bertrand Traore. He got the ball at the edge of the area from Douglas Luiz. He was initially stopped by Victor Lindelof, but he still had a chance. It was slightly at the wrong angle, but he managed to sweep his left foot across it and find the top corner. A fantastic strike from Bertrand Traore. That was after a really good start from Manchester United, albeit they didn't have too many chances. They ended the half quite strongly as well, with a couple of half chances, efforts from Greenwood and from Rashford, but Villa holding on. They lead by a goal to nil. Half-time at Villa Park, Aston Villa lead Manchester United by a goal to nil. It was a fabulous strike from Bertrand Traore. He got the ball at the edge of the area from Douglas Luiz. He was initially stopped by Victor Lindelof, but he still had a chance. It was slightly at the wrong angle, but he managed to sweep his left foot across it and find the top corner. A fantastic strike from Bertrand Traore. That was after a really good start from Manchester United, albeit they didn't have too many chances. They ended the half quite strongly as well, with a couple of half chances, efforts from Greenwood and from Rashford, but Villa holding on. They lead by a goal to nil. Half-time at Villa Park, Aston Villa lead Manchester United by a goal to nil. It was a fabulous strike from Bertrand Traore. He got the ball at the edge of the area from Douglas Luiz. He was initially stopped by Victor Lindelof, but he still had a chance. It was slightly at the wrong angle, but he managed to sweep his left foot across it and find the top corner. A fantastic strike from Bertrand Traore. That was after a really good start from Manchester United, albeit they didn't have too many chances. They ended the half quite strongly as well, with a couple of half chances, efforts from Greenwood and from Rashford, but Villa holding on. They lead by a goal to nil. Half-time at Villa Park, Aston Villa lead Manchester United by a goal to nil. It was a fabulous strike from Bertrand Traore. He got the ball at the edge of the area from Douglas Luiz. He was initially stopped by Victor Lindelof, but he still had a chance. It was slightly at the wrong angle, but he managed to sweep his left foot across it and find the top corner. A fantastic strike from Bertrand Traore. That was after a really good start from Manchester United, albeit they didn't have too many chances. They ended the half quite strongly as well, with a couple of half chances, efforts from Greenwood and from Rashford, but Villa holding on. They lead by a goal to nil. Half-time at Villa Park, Aston Villa lead Manchester United by a goal to nil. It was a fabulous strike from Bertrand Traore. He got the ball at the edge of the area from Douglas Luiz. He was initially stopped by Victor Lindelof, but he still had a chance. It was slightly at the wrong angle, but he managed to sweep his left foot across it and find the top corner. A fantastic strike from Bertrand Traore. That was after a really good start from Manchester United, albeit they didn't have too many chances. They ended the half quite strongly as well, with a couple of half chances, efforts from Greenwood and from Rashford, but Villa holding on. They lead by a goal to nil. Half-time at Villa Park, Aston Villa lead Manchester United by a goal to nil. It was a fabulous strike from Bertrand Traore. He got the ball at the edge of the area from Douglas Luiz. He was initially stopped by Victor Lindelof, but he still had a chance. It was slightly at the wrong angle, but he managed to sweep his left foot across it and find the top corner. A fantastic strike from Bertrand Traore. That was after a really good start from Manchester United, albeit they didn't have too many chances. They ended the half quite strongly as well, with a couple of half chances, efforts from Greenwood and from Rashford, but Villa holding on. They lead by a goal to nil. Half-time at Villa Park, Aston Villa lead Manchester United by a goal to nil. It was a fabulous strike from Bertrand Traore. He got the ball at the edge of the area from Douglas Luiz. He was initially stopped by Victor Lindelof, but he still had a chance. It was slightly at the wrong angle, but he managed to sweep his left foot across it and find the top corner. A fantastic strike from Bertrand Traore. That was after a really good start from Manchester United, albeit they didn't have too many chances. They ended the half quite strongly as well, with a couple of half chances, efforts from Greenwood and from Rashford, but Villa holding on. They lead by a goal to nil. Half-time at Villa Park, Aston Villa lead Manchester United by a goal to nil. It was a fabulous strike from Bertrand Traore. He got the ball at the edge of the area from Douglas Luiz. He was initially stopped by Victor Lindelof, but he still had a chance. It was slightly at the wrong angle, but he managed to sweep his left foot across it and find the top corner. A fantastic strike from Bertrand Traore. That was after a really good start from Manchester United, albeit they didn't have too many chances. They ended the half quite strongly as well, with a couple of half chances, efforts from Greenwood and from Rashford, but Villa holding on. They lead by a goal to nil. Half-time at Villa Park, Aston Villa lead Manchester United by a goal to nil. It was a fabulous strike from Bertrand Traore. He got the ball at the edge of the area from Douglas Luiz. He was initially stopped by Victor Lindelof, but he still had a chance. It was slightly at the wrong angle, but he managed to sweep his left foot across it and find the top corner. A fantastic strike from Bertrand Traore. That was after a really good start from Manchester United, albeit they didn't have too many chances. They ended the half quite strongly as well, with a couple of half chances, efforts from Greenwood and from Rashford, but Villa holding on. They lead by a goal to nil. Half-time at Villa Park, Aston Villa lead Manchester United by a goal to nil. It was a fabulous strike from Bertrand Traore. He got the ball at the edge of the area from Douglas Luiz. He was initially stopped by Victor Lindelof, but he still had a chance. It was slightly at the wrong angle, but he managed to sweep his left foot across it and find the top corner. A fantastic strike from Bertrand Traore. That was after a really good start from Manchester United, albeit they didn't have too many chances. They ended the half quite strongly as well, with a couple of half chances, efforts from Greenwood and from Rashford, but Villa holding on. They lead by a goal to nil. Half-time at Villa Park, Aston Villa lead Manchester United by a goal to nil. It was a fabulous strike from Bertrand Traore. He got the ball at the edge of the area from Douglas Luiz. He was initially stopped by Victor Lindelof, but he still had a chance. It was slightly at the wrong angle, but he managed to sweep his left foot across it and find the top corner. A fantastic strike from Bertrand Traore. That was after a really good start from Manchester United, albeit they didn't have too many chances. They ended the half quite strongly as well, with a couple of half chances, efforts from Greenwood and from Rashford, but Villa holding on. They lead by a goal to nil. Half-time at Villa Park, Aston Villa lead Manchester United by a goal to nil. It was a fabulous strike from Bertrand Traore. He got the ball at the edge of the area from Douglas Luiz. He was initially stopped by Victor Lindelof, but he still had a chance. It was slightly at the wrong angle, but he managed to sweep his left foot across it and find the top corner. A fantastic strike from Bertrand Traore. That was after a really good start from Manchester United, albeit they didn't have too many chances. They ended the half quite strongly as well, with a couple of half chances, efforts from Greenwood and from Rashford, but Villa holding on. They lead by a goal to nil. Half-time at Villa Park, Aston Villa lead Manchester United by a goal to nil. It was a fabulous strike from Bertrand Traore. He got the ball at the edge of the area from Douglas Luiz. He was initially stopped by Victor Lindelof, but he still had a chance. It was slightly at the wrong angle, but he managed to sweep his left foot across it and find the top corner. A fantastic strike from Bertrand Traore. That was after a really good start from Manchester United, albeit they didn't have too many chances. They ended the half quite strongly as well, with a couple of half chances, efforts from Greenwood and from Rashford, but Villa holding on. They lead by a goal to nil. Half-time at Villa Park, Aston Villa lead Manchester United by a goal to nil. It was a fabulous strike from Bertrand Traore. He got the ball at the edge of the area from Douglas Luiz. He was initially stopped by Victor Lindelof, but he still had a chance. It was slightly at the wrong angle, but he managed to sweep his left foot across it and find the top corner. A fantastic strike from Bertrand Traore. That was after a really good start from Manchester United, albeit they didn't have too many chances. They ended the half quite strongly as well, with a couple of half chances, efforts from Greenwood and from Rashford, but Villa holding on. They lead by a goal to nil. Half-time at Villa Park, Aston Villa lead Manchester United by a goal to nil. It was a fabulous strike from Bertrand Traore. He got the ball at the edge of the area from Douglas Luiz. He was initially stopped by Victor Lindelof, but he still had a chance. It was slightly at the wrong angle, but he managed to sweep his left foot across it and find the top corner. A fantastic strike from Bertrand Traore. That was after a really good start from Manchester United, albeit they didn't have too many chances. They ended the half quite strongly as well, with a couple of half chances, efforts from Greenwood and from Rashford, but Villa holding on. They lead by a goal to nil. Half-time at Villa Park, Aston Villa lead Manchester United by a goal to nil. It was a fabulous strike from Bertrand Traore. He got the ball at the edge of the area from Douglas Luiz. He was initially stopped by Victor Lindelof, but he still had a chance. It was slightly at the wrong angle, but he managed to sweep his left foot across it and find the top corner. A fantastic strike from Bertrand Traore. That was after a really good start from Manchester United, albeit they didn't have too many chances. They ended the half quite strongly as well, with a couple of half chances, efforts from Greenwood and from Rashford, but Villa holding on. They lead by a goal to nil. Half-time at Villa Park, Aston Villa lead Manchester United by a goal to nil. It was a fabulous strike from Bertrand Traore. He got the ball at the edge of the area from Douglas Luiz. He was initially stopped by Victor Lindelof, but he still had a chance. It was slightly at the wrong angle, but he managed to sweep his left foot across it and find the top corner. A fantastic strike from Bertrand Traore. That was after a really good start from Manchester United, albeit they didn't have too many chances. They ended the half quite strongly as well, with a couple of half chances, efforts from Greenwood and from Rashford, but Villa holding on. They lead by a goal to nil. Half-time at Villa Park, Aston Villa lead Manchester United by a goal to nil. It was a fabulous strike from Bertrand Traore. He got the ball at the edge of the area from Douglas Luiz. He was initially stopped by Victor Lindelof, but he still had a chance. It was slightly at the wrong angle, but he managed to sweep his left foot across it and find the top corner. A fantastic strike from Bertrand Traore. That was after a really good start from Manchester United, albeit they didn't have too many chances. They ended the half quite strongly as well, with a couple of half chances, efforts from Greenwood and from Rashford, but Villa holding on. They lead by a goal to nil. Half-time at Villa Park, Aston Villa lead Manchester United by a goal to nil. It was a fabulous strike from Bertrand Traore. He got the ball at the edge of the area from Douglas Luiz. He was initially stopped by Victor Lindelof, but he still had a chance. It was slightly at the wrong angle, but he managed to sweep his left foot across it and find the top corner. A fantastic strike from Bertrand Traore. That was after a really good start from Manchester United, albeit they didn't have too many chances. They ended the half quite strongly as well, with a couple of half chances, efforts from Greenwood and from Rashford, but Villa holding on. They lead by a goal to nil. Half-time at Villa Park, Aston Villa lead Manchester United by a goal to nil. It was a fabulous strike from Bertrand Traore. He got the ball at the edge of the area from Douglas Luiz. He was initially stopped by Victor Lindelof, but he still had a chance. It was slightly at the wrong angle, but he managed to sweep his left foot across it and find the top corner. A fantastic strike from Bertrand Traore. That was after a really good start from Manchester United, albeit they didn't have too many chances. They ended the half quite strongly as well, with a couple of half chances, efforts from Greenwood and from Rashford, but Villa holding on. They lead by a goal to nil. Half-time at Villa Park, Aston Villa lead Manchester United by a goal to nil. It was a fabulous strike from Bertrand Traore. He got the ball at the edge of the area from Douglas Luiz. He was initially stopped by Victor Lindelof, but he still had a chance. It was slightly at the wrong angle, but he managed to sweep his left foot across it and find the top corner. A fantastic strike from Bertrand Traore. That was after a really good start from Manchester United, albeit they didn't have too many chances. They ended the... Well, it's a very warm welcome back to second half independent off-tube studio commentary from the game at Villa Park. Villa leading against Manchester United by a goal to nil, following a goal from Bertrand Traore. Great strike on 24 minutes to give Villa the lead. That was after a good start from Manchester United and a good finish as well. Good end of the half for United, albeit they need to be a little bit more clinical in terms of their finishing. Most of their efforts going off target in the first half. But Villa just push back into their own half towards the end, and they will be looking to try and just push out a little bit more in the second half. If they end up getting bogged down at the edge of their own area, they will just be encouraging attacks from United as Douglas Luiz bumps into Scott McTominay. First foul of the second half. And just to remind you of the two teams, there haven't been any changes. So for Villa, it's Emiliano Martinez in goal, with the back four of Matty Cash, Ezri Konsa, Tyrone Mings and Matt Targett. The two holder midfielders, Douglas Luiz and John McGinn. Three ahead of them, Bertrand Traore, Ross Barkley and Anwar El Ghazi, with Ollie Watkins as the from I'll do the United side in just a second, because they are on the attack now down the left-hand side. Rashford finds Pogba. Pogba's ball to the edge of the 6-yard box. It's only partially cleared. And then Bertrand Traore at the edge of his own area gets bumped into by Luke Shaw. Free kick in favour of Villa, although Luke Shaw certainly doesn't agree with that decision. United are top scorers in the Premier League this season for second half goals with 41, and it's Leicester with 38, Liverpool and Man City with 34. So United certainly be hoping to call on that. As well as that, I mentioned in the first half the stat that United are league leaders in terms of getting points from from losing positions this season as well. So it's a job certainly not done here for Villa. But the United 11 for the second half, it is Dean Henderson in goal, a back four of Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Victor Lindelof, Harry Maguire and Luke Shaw. The two holder midfielders are Fred and Scott McTominay. The three ahead of them, Mason Greenwood, Bruno Fernandes and Paul Pogba, with Marcus Rashford up front. Here are Villa now down the left-hand side with Target, plays it into Watkins. Back to Target, inside now to El Ghazi, under pressure from McTominay. That was a strong challenge, but a fair one, says referee Chris Kavanagh. We play on, and here is Greenwood now bringing the ball out for Manchester United. Rolls it to Fred. Fred plays an early ball towards the right-hand edge of the penalty area here for Bruno Fernandes. Flag stays down. Fernandes tees it up for Pogba. Pogba's strike gets a deflection, which wrong foots Emiliano Martinez. He was diving towards the right. The ball was going towards the left, but the ball also deflects out for a corner. In the end, the strike was wide after that deflection, but Pogba saw his chance. The effort deflects off the hip of Tyrone Mings, just comes off his side, and it definitely sent his goalkeeper the wrong way, but it also deflected a long way away from goal. Luckily, as far as Aston Villa are concerned. So a corner kick to Manchester United on this right-hand side. Shaw is standing over this one, but he can't take the corner kick yet because there's a bit of pushing and shoving inside the box between Douglas Luiz and Scott McTominay. Referee just coming across to ask for a bit of order. We're going to see this corner kick now from Luke Shaw. Whips that ball in towards the 6-yard box. Good punch away from Emiliano Martinez. Ball drops at the edge of the area, and Bruno Fernandes plays it across to Fred. Now the ball in from Pogba from the left-hand side is cleared away. Fred now in possession, going back towards the halfway line for Wan-Bissaka, who's the last man back for Manchester United. Leaves the ball for Henderson without his baseball cap now for the second half. Clears it long towards Pogba down the left-hand side. The ball is back on the halfway line though. United still in possession here with Shaw. The pressure from McGinn. Going back now towards McTominay in the middle. He plays it square to Bruno Fernandes. McTominay is off down the left-hand side. Finds a chance now for finds a ball in for Rashford. Rashford's ball into the penalty area is cleared away by Konza. Out for a throw to United down the left-hand side. Pogba and Rashford play a quick 1-2. Now the ball towards the edge of the area was intended for Scott McTominay. It doesn't reach him though. Ball is now cleared into midfield. Ollie Watkins having to track back into his own half. John McGinn then gets, I was going to say John McGinn gets brought down by Bruno Fernandes, but referee says no foul. And then a ball played early from McGinn over towards the right-hand side, and Barkley's away. The flag stays down. Barkley now getting towards the edge of the area. Tees it up for El Ghazi, who strikes it. It's on target, but it's not too powerful from Anwar El Ghazi. And he had time, the goalkeeper Henderson there, to get down and make the save. Oh, I tell you what, I don't think the goal would have stood. Maybe it's just as well that it was saved by the goalkeeper, because I think that looking at that replay, I think Barkley may have been offside when that ball was played to him in the first place. So it's probably just as well that from Villa's point of view, they wouldn't have got too excited about scoring a second, only to have it chalked off. But here come United now down the right-hand side with Greenwood. Plays it back to Bruno Fernandes. Now it's with McTominay. Back to Greenwood, edge of the area. He's got Pogba square. He's got Rashford slightly over on the left, but Greenwood tries to take them all on. He tries to skip past two Villa players, runs into Matt Target, who then dispossesses him. Now Ross Barkley tries to say that's not a good ball, though. He's trying to play the ball forward. There was options of either Traore or Watkins. The pass from Barkley went in between the two of them, and here come United now with Wan-Bissaka playing the ball into Pogba, who breaks into the penalty area, edge of the 6-yard box. All here was Pogba, brought down there by Douglas Luiz. Referee Chris Kavanagh says yes, and it is going to be a penalty to Manchester United. Douglas Luiz initially was frustrated at the referee. Now he turns and he's frustrated with his teammate Ezri Konza. Let's have a look. I mean, it didn't seem like it was the most glaring foul, but at the same time, he doesn't get the ball here, Douglas Luiz. Pogba's losing his balance, and then as Douglas Luiz puts his foot in, I don't think he gets any of the ball at all. No, it's a knee straight into the back of Paul Pogba, and the referee is in no doubt. Gives the penalty kick straight away. Well, yeah, I mean, there's a foot into the back of Pogba, and there's no attempt, and he doesn't get any of the balls, so I'm not really sure how we can say that's not a penalty. It's always a risk when you go in the penalty area. Try and win the ball, don't make any contact with the ball, and now Bruno Fernandes is trying to place the ball down, although Villa players are doing what they can to try and delay this penalty being taken. Fernandes has 20 out of 21 penalties scored for Manchester United. Well, as we know, you're going to get plenty of practice to take penalties if you're a United penalty kick taker. They do statistically get a lot of them, but it's Bruno Fernandes with a little hop and a skip, and he sends the goalkeeper the wrong way, and Manchester United are level on 52 minutes. Penalty converted by Bruno Fernandes. Frustration for Douglas Luiz. So early on in the second half, there's an equaliser for Manchester United. It's from the penalty spot. Douglas Luiz with a bit of a clumsy challenge on Paul Pogba. He had a couple of chances. Pogba was already losing his balance, and then Douglas Luiz was the wrong side of him, put a foot in and brought Pogba down. Referee Chris Kavanagh gave the penalty, and Bruno Fernandes, normally deadly from the spot, is able to get the ball into the back of the net. He sent the goalkeeper the wrong way, a bit of a hop and a skip as he stepped up to the ball, but the ball is in the back of the net. Moments before that, United equalised. Villa had a great chance with a strike from Anwar El Ghazi after a breakout from Ross Barkley. There may have been an offside in the build-up to that as well. But United, they were trying towards the end of the first half. They now finally have an equaliser. It's Villa 1, Manchester United 1. Villa now playing out towards the right-hand side. Barkley finding Traore. Traore under pressure there, losing the ball, and now it's Maguire's ball towards Bruno Fernandes. Fernandes tried to play that one in early towards Mason Greenwood. So that one is cleared out for a throw. Target was the one who got on the end of that one. It's a really good header from Rashford to find Bruno Fernandes, and he played it early towards Greenwood. Well, it was certainly the right idea, but it was also good defending there from Target to win that, to clear that ball out. United still in possession inside the Villa half here with Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Now to Greenwood, to Wan-Bissaka. There is Scott McTominay now, finding Mason Greenwood, breaking into the penalty area, charged down by Matt Target, and the ball deflects off Wan-Bissaka. He chases this one all the way to the line, but it is out for a Villa goal kick. It'll be interesting to see how Villa respond from having conceded that goal. So their plan would have been to try and frustrate United and potentially try and get a second. That equaliser early on in the second half. We're only at 54 minutes now, depending off Tube Studio commentary. 1-1 between Villa and Manchester United. It's Villa trying to play out from the back. Bertrand Traore, that's a heavy touch from him after the pass from Cash. Puts the ball out, and this is a throw to United, already quite close to the Villa penalty area. Quick throw from Shaw, gets it back from Bruno Fernandes, and now is Shaw, and Fernandes playing a quick one too. Shaw into the box is stopped, and now a chance here for Ross Barkley to bring the ball away for Villa. Plays it down the right-hand side here for Bertrand Traore. He's being closed down by Pogba, then Traore puts it onto his left foot, gets the ball into the box, looking for Ollie Watkins. That's only partially cleared by Victor Lindelof. Second ball here with Douglas Luiz. He plays it in towards Traore, and he tried to hit it first time to get it across the 6-yard box, but it wasn't to be. And that one is cleared long towards the Villa penalty area now. It's a shame that one for Traore. You could have just got a bit of better contact on that one, and he could have tried to have played it square to a teammate as well, or at least tried to get it back closer to Ollie Watkins. As McGinn now fighting to keep the ball alive here for Villa. Runs the ball out. It's going to be a throw to United, taken quickly by Fred. Bruno Fernandes closed down by Konza. Now it's with Barkley here for Villa, stopped by a combination of Shaw and Pogba, and Shaw with the ball now for Manchester United. Leaves it for Paul Pogba, plays it square now to Fred, as United move the ball forward. Now with Bruno Fernandes out towards Wan-Bissaka on the right-hand side. Close to the penalty area. Wan-Bissaka gets it into Greenwood, who rolls. It's a strike from Greenwood, and it's in the back of the net. He managed to turn Tyrone Mings and fired it at the near post. And Manchester United, having trailed at the start of this second half, have now completely reversed this match. They now lead by 2-1, and there are defensive errors here for Villa without a doubt. There was far too much space there for Greenwood, and Tyrone Mings, he should really be able to stop Greenwood turning so easily onto his left foot. He's too close to him. He allows him to turn onto his left, But then I suppose Tyrone Mings would still be hoping that his goalkeeper, Emiliano Martinez, can still do a job at the near post, which Martinez wasn't able to do on this occasion. It's a really good strike from Greenwood, but the goalkeeper has to take some of the blame for that one as well, I think. And this match has completely been reversed inside 4 minutes. So on 52 minutes, Manchester United equalised. Now on 56 minutes, United lead. And it's disappointing from Villa's point of view, although it's a great strike from Mason Greenwood, but he was given too much time. The ball got to Greenwood at the edge of the area, and Tyrone Mings should have done his homework and realised that Mason Greenwood loves to have the ball onto his left foot. Greenwood rolled it onto his left. Mings allowed him to do so, and then Greenwood strikes it at the near post. Martinez should do better, really. Although it's a very precise strike from Greenwood, there is still scope, I think, for the goalkeeper to save it at the near post, but he's not able to do so. Take nothing away, though, from Greenwood. He saw his chance and he hits it really well. It's his fifth goal in his last 5 games. It's Aston Villa 1, Manchester United 2. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer doesn't exactly look delighted on the touchline. He's still looking pretty calm, but he'll be very pleased with the way his side have played here, as Marcus Rashford and Ezri Konsa starting to push and shove each other inside the 6-yard box. This is getting a little bit physical now, and Tyrone Mings having to calm things down as well. Referee Chris Kavanagh just needs to come across and defuse the situation as well. It seemed like there was a bit of a clash there inside the 6-yard box. Both players were trying to get on the end of the ball. I think it's been put out for a corner kick before all the shenanigans we just saw. And we'll see if it's just going to be the standard yellow card here for Konsa and Rashford, or is perhaps the referee going to want to do a little bit more. We'll have to wait and see. Chris Kavanagh with some housekeeping to do now on the field. But, he would have been certainly wanting to try and calm the situation, because, well, I think in the end he's managed to do it without a yellow card as well. But by the end, both Konsa and Rashford have got a slight smile on their face. But it was Rashford trying to jostle for position, Konsa and Rashford sort of pushing each other, and then Rashford seemed to take more exception initially. But it was definitely Konsa who put it out, so it is a corner kick here to Manchester United. Taken short between Shaw and Greenwood. Now it's with Bruno Fernandes, back to Shaw on the right-hand side. What about crossing it? Lays it off back to Bruno Fernandes, and then it's a cross in from him and a header from Harry Maguire, but that's a header from around 14 to 15 yards out. Really would be something quite special to beat Martinez from that sort of range. And jumps for it, Maguire. Martinez is diving for it, but I think he can see that one is going to be going wide. So Villa now starting at the back here with Tyrone Mings playing it to Matt Targett. Now it's with Barkley. Barkley playing the ball over the top, looking for Ollie Watkins, who's had a precious little service in this match so far, but he does have a chance now down the left-hand side. Watkins plays it short towards Anwar El Ghazi. Watkins again looking for the run of El Ghazi, and Wan-Bissaka slides in, but he misses it. Still a chance here for El Ghazi. Lays it off towards Douglas Luiz. That's good covering there from Pogba, coming back into his penalty area to clear that one out for a throw. It is throw now to Villa down the left-hand side. Target to Watkins. Target puts a cross in. Oh, and there's a touch on there from Bertrand Traoré, saved by. Was that saved? I mean, they're saying there was a bit of a push there on Harry Maguire. Not quite sure what the referee has given here. We'll have a look again as the ball is over on the left-hand side with Matt Targett. He puts the ball. It may be a bit of a foot. It may be that the boot of Traoré has just caught Maguire. Though Maguire is diving at the feet of Traoré. I should point that out. So it's not as if Traoré's got his foot raised to try and kick Harry Maguire. They're far from it. But Maguire still needing a minute just to compose himself there. But it is going to be a corner kick now to Aston Villa. Standing over this one is Barkley. Tries to get it into that near post. Header away by Bruno Fernandes. Douglas Luiz is appealing I'm not sure what is it. Was he appealing a handball there at the edge of the area? The ball is cleared, and now a chance for a counter-attack as Bruno Fernandes brings the ball out for Manchester United, but that's a really disappointing pass. He's got Rashford on the right-hand side of the box, he's got Greenwood on the left, and he floats the ball in between the two of them for a bit of catching practice for Martinez. Villa now in possession on the halfway line with Bertrand Traoré. Traoré now holds the ball up, looking for options, playing it back towards McGinn. Now it's with Cash towards Mings on the halfway line. Opportunity here for Villa to at least try and keep the ball for a moment or two. So United are pressing, and you can tell United have just got that bit more confidence about them now that they're leading in this match. In 51 minutes it was still 1-0 to Villa. By 56 it's now 2-1 to Manchester United. And 61 minutes gone here. Villa trying to get back into some sort of attacking rhythm, but United looking pretty solid in midfield now as Fred brings the ball out and finds Marcus Rashford. Back to Fred. Here is Greenwood, scorer of United's second goal, leaving the ball here for Marcus Rashford. This is still on the halfway line here for United, still not getting too close to the Villa goal at this stage. There's the ball now over on the right-hand side here for Wan-Bissaka. Moves it in now to Pogba. So Bruno Fernandes. Luke Shaw arriving now on the left-hand side. He puts a cross into the penalty area, taken down on the chest by Matt Targett, and quickly picked up here by Martinez as well, just to avert any danger. All now on the halfway line after a pass from El Ghazi. Doesn't reach Watkins though, and here come United now with a good run from Lindelof. He gets all the way to the edge of the area, leaves it now for McTominay. McTominay back towards Wan-Bissaka, and Pogba to McTominay, to Pogba again, and United was quite happy to keep the ball in midfield, not doing too much to send any risky balls forward. Now with Harry Maguire lays the ball off, and there's going to be a strike coming in here from Rashford. It's just wide, but it might have got a deflection. Looks like they are all congregating now for a corner kick. Now this is what Douglas Luiz was unhappy about. It's a handball from Mason Greenwood. As he jumps for this one, his arm is up. It doesn't look like the most natural position for the arm to be, but then is he deliberately playing the ball with his arm, or is he doing everything to make sure that ball doesn't hit him in the arm? I think but the thing is, it's hard to tell exactly what the standard is now, because considering how harsh the handball laws were right at the start of the season, they have been toned down somewhat towards the second half of the season. United's corner kick seemed to be overhit there, but good work from Pogba, because that ball was whipped in so much by Bruno Fernandes, it was eluding everybody inside the penalty area. Pogba really couldn't do much with it either, but because Konsa was following him all the way to the goal line, Pogba just fired it at Konsa, knowing that it was not going to reach a teammate, but it is going to deflect out for a pretty much guaranteed corner kick. So now a second chance for United, this time from the right-hand side. Is left-footed Luke Shaw standing over it. He's got Greenwood close by for the short option as well. It looks like Shaw wants to whip this one in himself. Just waiting to see where his teammates are positioned. It is whipped in by Shaw towards the edge of the 6-yard box. McTominay was jumping for that one, but it's Douglas Luiz with the header away. It's out for a throw to Manchester United. And we're going to see a change here for United as well. Mason Greenwood's done his job for this afternoon. He's got the goal that put United in front. He's off the field now, and he's replaced by Edinson Cavani. Not a bad substitution to make, really, is it? Bringing someone of Cavani's calibre on for the final 20 minutes of a league game. So just seeing another replay of that strike from Greenwood. It really was a very good goal. Does well to turn past Tyrone Mings. And I dare say if the two of them see each other on England duty, then Greenwood might might just have a bit of a joke about that, because it was a little bit too easy. I think that Mings should have that awareness that Greenwood wants that ball on his left foot. But change here for Villa as well in midfield. Douglas Luiz looks a little bit hot under the collar today, so he's off and replaced by youngster Jacob Ramsey. Ramsey's on the field now for the final 25 minutes. Throw on to Manchester United down the left-hand side. Shaw gets it into Pogba. Back to Shaw, now Pogba. Looking to try and get across in there, Paul Pogba, but that one is cleared towards Ross Barkley, who was just tripped there by Fred, and that is going to be a free kick to Aston Villa. Pogba feels as though he might have been caught in that last scramble to try and win that header, but the referee, Chris Kavanagh, not interested, just trying to calm Paul Pogba down. And the ball is now back in play down the left-hand side with Matt Targett. His ball towards the edge of the area. McTominay slides in, and the ball goes all the way back towards Dean Henderson. Goalkeeper in no rush to clear this one. Just to remind you of the later games today at 4:30, West Ham United take on Everton, and then at 7 p.m, Arsenal take on West Bromwich Albion. The final game of this round of fixtures is tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. Fulham take on Burnley. That could be last chance saloon for Fulham as well if they were to lose that match. I think mathematically they are pretty much down. And then the remaining fixtures in midweek: Manchester United, Leicester at 6 p.m. on Tuesday night, and then at 8:15 Southampton take on Crystal Palace on Wednesday. Chelsea take on Arsenal, and on Thursday Villa take on Everton. That's the 6 p.m. kickoff. The 8:15 kickoff is Manchester United against Liverpool. So some great games coming up in midweek as the Premier League season draws to a close. It's just the small matter of the Euros from mid-June onwards, and we're less than 18 months away now from the next World Cup as well. So things really have sped up here because of the pandemic. Things having to get a little bit congested, but as I say, hopefully there shouldn't be any more delays as Harry Maguire picks up his 11th booking of the season. So he just holding on to Ollie Watkins, and say he did. What made me laugh about that particular challenge from Maguire was he was holding on to Ollie Watkins. The referee blew his whistle, and Maguire hadn't even had time to let go of Ollie Watkins as he was holding him, and he was already wagging his other hand to say no free kick there, no free kick. But referee straight away giving the free kick to Villa, giving Maguire the booking, and it's in a decent position as well over on the right hand side, about 35 yards out. It's whipped in by Barkley, header from Victor Lindelof. Wan-Bissaka's chasing this one. Oh, has he waited too long there? No, it stayed in play. It was very close to being a corner, but then the loose ball gets to Matt Targett, who puts a cross in, and it's a decent header across the 6-yard box from Ollie Watkins. And he was looking to try and find a teammate with that header, but Edinson Cavani, with his first touch of the ball in defence, but that should have been a corner kick for Villa, by the way, after Wan-Bissaka chased it down. I thought that had already gone out of play, but then Watkins heads that one across the 6-yard box. El Ghazi's waiting just 3 yards out, but very telling header there from Edinson Cavani, putting it out for a corner. There's a corner kick now to Villa down the left-hand side. It's going to be Barkley to whip it in, right-footed in swinger again. He's going for that near post every time. I don't understand the logic behind that. They've got so many big players, Villa, particularly Konza and Mings, who want to try and attack the ball. Watkins and El Ghazi are going to be there as well. Just seems like a bit of a bad idea to try and get a sort of low ball whipped. I won't say low, I say sort of at head height, but whipped in before, it curls before the near post. And you can see Tyrone Mings is a bit frustrated there about having to. He started on the penalty spot, and he's eventually having to run all the way towards that near post. He bumped into Lindelof and then crashed into Bruno Fernandes. Caught Bruno Fernandes there, so he needed just a moment or two to pick himself up. Marcus Rashford is hobbling a little bit as well. United still have 2 changes left, so may well be that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is just going to have to manage this depending on how bad these knocks, these injuries are. At Villa Park, Manchester United still lead by 2-1. They've made their first change as well, with goal scorer Mason Greenwood replaced by Edinson Cavani. Just keeping an eye on Marcus Rashford, who seems to be hobbling a little bit as well, as was Bruno Fernandes, in a bit of pain after he was crashed into by Tyrone Mings. Villa have had a couple of half chances, a bit of promising build-up, but still not too much work really for goalkeeper Dean Henderson. At the other end, there have been a couple of corner kicks in a row for Manchester United as they're looking to try and extend their lead. Villa also making a change as well, with Douglas Luiz just looking a little bit frustrated this afternoon, perhaps potentially getting close to a booking. He was taken off and replaced by Jacob Ramsey. Still not enough possession really for Villa to trouble United time and again, and it's still United who lead 2-1. Free kick for United now on the left-hand side. Switching play over towards the right for Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Plays it square now to Scott McTominay. Now it's with Paul Pogba, back to McTominay. Over towards the left-hand side now for Luke Shaw. Shaw then holds it up. And it goes across towards Bruno Fernandes. Fernandes now out to Wan-Bissaka down the right-hand side. The pressure having to go back towards Bruno Fernandes. El Ghazi trying to close him down. So Bruno Fernandes still in possession. Now it's with Marcus Rashford. Getting towards the edge of the area, puts a cross in. A lot of height on that cross, but it does find Luke Shaw on the left-hand side. Shaw then breaks into the box and finds Bruno Fernandes. His strike is charged down. The ball now played towards the halfway line. Here is Watkins now for Villa. Holds it up and needs some support. He feels as though he might have been fouled there. No free kick given. Fred brings the ball away now for Manchester United. As Fred under pressure finds Shaw. He's under pressure there from Cash. There's a bit of a collision there with McGinn and Shaw. And in the end, Traore using his strength there just to muscle Pogba off the ball. Both of them having a little bit of a laugh about that one. But it is the throw now to Villa. Throw headed on by Barkley, looking for Watkins. Now back with Shaw. But he's easily dispossessed there by Traore. Now it's with Barkley. Barkley trying to float a ball towards Oli Watkins. That was far too obvious for Wan-Bissaka, but then the loose ball comes back towards Anwar El Ghazi, and he is brought down by Cavani. There's a bit of a collision there, I think, with Harry Maguire as well. But it looks like Cavani's the one who's given the free kick away. Yeah, as it's Cavani who trips El Ghazi, and as he's falling, he falls straight into the legs of Harry Maguire. May well be that Maguire's just felt something in his knee there. Yeah, just a bit of a strain there as El Ghazi falls into him. A bit of a problem there potentially for United. They've still got 2 changes. That's have Villa. Whilst we're waiting for Maguire to be checked, I'll just add my 2 cents worth, that I do hope that at some point more substitutions will be coming into the Premier League. It seems bizarre to me that the English 4th division can have 5 subs, but the English top division can't, especially when you think that most of the rest of the world have matured to the fact that it makes sense to have more options. Never really bought that argument that the clubs who were against it this season said that, well, you know, it's going to be unfair because the bigger teams have a better bench. But that's like saying that it's unfair because the bigger teams have got a better starting 11, a better stadium, a better manager. It doesn't really, you know, it doesn't really follow. If you're in the Premier League, you've got enough money from TV rights, I think, to give yourself a strong 7, 8 or even 11-man bench and be able to use 5 of those players. I don't really see the argument to say that it should be less, particularly when it seems like everywhere else has matured to that now. But in the meantime, we're getting a bit of a break in play here now, as we're still not sure as to what's happening with Harry Maguire. He's still being checked over. It's going to be a free kick to Aston Villa once he's back on his feet. So it doesn't look too good at the moment for Maguire. They're still checking him over. So it's nothing too serious. Dean Smith always looks like quite a, say, frustrated manager, but always looks like he's deep in thought. It's quite rare to see Dean Smith sort of looking relaxed on the touchline, and you'll be frustrated with how this second half has gone. See how angry Douglas Luiz was when that penalty was converted. We're just getting replays of the goals now that we have got this long break in play with Harry Maguire still down on the ground. To say that has been a good response from United. They were playing well in the first half as well. They just weren't able to convert a lot of that possession into decent chances. But you certainly can't accuse them of that in the second half. They have been that bit more efficient, that bit more clinical. And although Villa are seeing more of the ball now, not getting too many chances. Maguire now is up on his feet, still hobbling a little bit as he walks off. Have to wait to see if he's okay to play on. Physio's just having a word with him, and Eric Bailly just warming up alongside Axel Tuanzebe as well. A couple of defensive options for now. Just to remind you of the bench again. We've already seen Cavani on the field, but they've still got to choose from Matic, Williams, Tuanzebe, Van der Beek, Alex Telles, Bailly, Mata, and De Gea. You can see now Bailly getting some instructions. Still the old-fashioned way in the old folder, but then the tablet that we seem to be seeing at so many clubs now. As for Villa, they've got Chukwuemeka, House, El Mohammadi, Philogene, Bades, Nakamba, Davis, Wesley, and goalkeeper Heaton on their bench. Finally, we get this free kick for Villa, which is teed up for Ross Barkley. It's such a disappointing effort from Barkley. And a couple of the Villa players let him know as much as well. Say, if you may get a big man like Tyrone Mings to run the whole way across the pitch and then you take a shot like that, expect Mings to be saying something to you. And it was a disappointing one from Barkley. He's a right footer shooting from the right hand side already. The angles are against him, and perhaps Barkley won't be too pleased that as soon as he missed that, the first thing the camera focused on after the strike was Jack Grealish, who's now decided to take his mask off. And in the meantime, Harry Maguire has come back on the field only to sit down again. I mean, that is one of my pet hates, when a footballer knows he's not well enough to play on, but he will still force himself to come back on the field just so he can sit down and waste a few more seconds. I suppose it's something that every team does, so it's not like you say one team does it more than another. But you sometimes see it where a player is actually off the field and he'll use his last bit of energy to roll himself onto the field to make sure that, heaven forbid, the game could be played without him on there. But this means they're just going to have to rush Eric Bailly a little bit. Still trying to get all his tracksuits off, and he's getting some instructions from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer as well. So it looks like this change is going to be happening for Manchester United very soon. Villa getting ready to make their second change as well. It's going to be the Brazilian Wesley to come on. It's going to be a double change here for Villa. Wesley and Kean Davis both getting ready to come on here for these final 14 minutes. So we'll see who the changes are. It looks like Barkley is going to be one of the players to go off. Just waiting for a confirmation of as much. So it is Ross Barkley. He's the first player to go off here for Aston Villa in this double change. The other change is Anwar El Ghazi. So Wesley is on. He will join Ollie Watkins up front. And actually, saying that, I mean, I think that I'm trying to think how they're going to set up now, Villa, because they've taken off one of their central midfielders who was more attack-minded in Barkley. They've taken off Douglas Luiz and replaced him with Jacob Ramsey, and now they've got Kean Davis and Wesley on the field as well. Davis can play out wide. It's not like he has to play through the middle, but I do think that gets some of his best qualities when you let him play through the middle. Very strong, very good in the air. It's very difficult to stop once he gets going, Kean Davis. And he is trying to close down Eric Bailly straight away here. As a confirmation that he's come on the field as well now, by the way. Maguire has gone off. Eric Bailly is on now for Manchester United. Here come United now down the left-hand side. Luke Shaw brought down by John McGinn. And McGinn has that what me look about him, but the referee isn't having it. He's going to give McGinn a yellow card. So he's trying to stop Shaw getting away from him. It's not too much. Well, I say it's not too much, but it's enough. I mean, McGinn knows what he's doing. He's picked up his 8th booking of the season. It's a free kick to Manchester United now on the left-hand side. It's around 35 yards from goal. Floated in towards the penalty area for Cavani. Cavani takes it down. He's onside, or at least the flag hasn't gone up yet. He lays it off then to Bruno Fernandes, whose cross is too high for Rashford, but Wan-Bissaka can still pick the ball up on the right-hand side. He goes back towards Scott McTominay. Now Marcus Rashford to Bruno Fernandes. Fernandes inside towards the edge of the area, cleared away by Jacob Ramsey. Loose ball is here with Ramsey again under pressure, trying to go back towards target, but that one's been won back by Rashford. Rashford has a few options, tries to feed it in towards Pogba, who felt he was being held by Tyrone Mings as he went after that ball. Referee Chris Kavanagh doesn't agree. It's just going to be possession back for Aston Villa. With Konza going back to Martinez. He's been closed down by Bruno Fernandes. Mings now turns and finds a target down the left-hand side. Target's ball over the top. Looks like a good one, but just a little bit too short to get through to Davis. Ollie Watkins now going back towards John McGinn. McGinn plays it inside towards Traore. Now it's with Cash. Cash gets away from Edinson Cavani. Ball whipped in towards the edge of the area. And McTominay then heads it away, but not very far. Straight to Wesley. His first touch of the ball. He then finds Watkins. Watkins back to McGinn. He puts a cross in towards the right-hand edge of the penalty area, and it's a header across from Bertrand Traore. That would have been a good header if he'd have just perhaps headed it square, using the same pace to try and find a teammate. But really, when he's heading it, I said it was the edge of the area, he moved forward a little bit by the time he was heading it, but he was still pretty much level with the penalty spot, but over on the right-hand side. So to get enough power to beat the goalkeeper from that sort of range, really, it's going to take a real powerful header, and it's not the first skill I think of when I think of Bertrand Traore, is his heading ability. So he's always going to be up against it there, really. It's Manchester United now closing down on Villa inside their own half, but it's a long clearance from Tyrone Mings looking for Wesley. Ball now cleared. It looks as though Ollie Watkins has dropped into that sort of number 10 role. In fact, Watkins may have gone out wide. He was a winger when he first started his career. Certainly his early days at Exeter. And then even when he first joined Brentford, he was more a wide man. It was just almost a combination of other strikers being sold that he was given that opportunity and took it straight away. And it's first position you think of now, really, Watkins being a striker. As the ball is now played to Watkins. Oh, he couldn't control it when that ball was played to him by Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Wan-Bissaka trying to close down Watkins as he's still able to keep the ball alive. He plays it into Traore. Tight angle for Traore, but he's able to take on Wan-Bissaka. Plays it into the 6-yard box. Oh, it's just headed away by Bailly. A vital header in the end from Bailly to get it away from Kean Davis. And now a counter-attack for Manchester United. Here comes Pogba through the middle. He's heading towards the Villa penalty area. It's a poor pass from Rashford to try and pick out Edinson Cavani, though. And Villa are back in possession. Ollie Watkins now playing it back towards Matt Targett. Targett in towards John McGinn. Down the right-hand side from Cash, looking for Kean Davis. He gets away. Somehow manages to beat Lindelof to the ball, and then he tees it up for Watkins, and Watkins is brilliantly stopped by Wan-Bissaka. Excellent block there from Wan-Bissaka to stop Watkins getting a shot away. It's such a shame that Kean Davis doesn't trust his left foot there, because Victor Lindelof really made a big error there. It was a ball down the right-hand side from Cash. Lindelof was the favourite. He played it behind himself, and then Kean Davis got the ball. He put it onto his left foot. He really should have hit that one and curled it towards the corner of the goal, instead of which he tees up Watkins, and it wasn't the best option really, because Watkins was already being well marked by, well, maybe not well marked, but Wan-Bissaka was very close to Watkins, so by the time the ball got to him, Watkins was closed down. Now it's another chance here for Villa as the ball is on the left-hand side. It's played towards the edge of the area, and a strike from Bertrand Traore. It's on target, but it's straight into the arms of the goalkeeper. It was Target's ball from the left-hand side. I think Traore actually nutmegged Luke Shaw, but it might have actually got a slight deflection off Shaw, which potentially could have just slowed the ball down a little bit as well. It's a long clearance from the goalkeeper, headed forward by Matt Targett. Here is Watkins now down the left-hand side, plays the ball forward. And it's cleared back into the Villa half. It's going to be a throw to the home side. Down the left-hand side here with Targett. To Jacob Ramsey. The ball now played up in the air. It's out for a throw to Aston Villa down the left-hand side. It's played back here towards Ezri Konza. Cash now down the right-hand side for Villa, plays the ball over the top, which Traore will chase, and Henderson is out. He had to put a clearance in the end. I thought initially Henderson was just going to stand there and shepherd the ball out for a goal kick, but with the pace of Traore and that ball getting close to Traore, he didn't want to take the chance. He quickly sweeps it out. It's a throw to Villa down the right-hand side. Nemanja Matic is going to be looks like it's going to be the third and final change here for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, just picking up his final instructions before he comes on. Throw to Villa. It's a long throw from Cash. It drops at the edge of the area to Targett. Targett's strike is charged down. Ball is cleared back towards the halfway line. It's Tyrone Mings. Short now towards Jacob Ramsey. His ball to Eric, played towards the edge of the area is cleared by Eric Bailly. And Villa now in possession on the halfway line with Ezri Konza. Finds Cash, who goes forward to Traore. Traore now playing it square to Jacob Ramsey. Now it's with John McGinn, switching play over towards the left-hand side. Taken down by Matt Targett. His ball into the box is swept away by Scott McTominay, and now a counter-attack here for Manchester United. Bruno Fernandes finds Rashford on the right-hand side. Rashford gets to the edge of the area. Cavani, that's lead feet there from Edinson Cavani. Very heavy touch from the Uruguayan there. Wasn't able to control the ball inside the penalty area. It's now cleared towards the halfway line, miscontrolled by Scott McTominay. And now Bertrand Traore with a chance to get forward. Traore gets bumped into. He is furious here. Bruno Fernandes alongside Fred. The two of them were the ones who were judged to have committed that foul. And it will be a free kick to Villa just inside their own half. And in fact, that little rant there from Bruno Fernandes was his last action on the field. He is now replaced by Nemanja Matic as Ole Gunnar Solskjaer now trying to shut up shop in midfield. Just make it that little bit more difficult for Villa to create anything, and that's always going to be more difficult with Matic on the field. So with just around 5 minutes to go, it is still Manchester United leading here at Villa Park. Villa have seen a little bit more of the ball. They had a good chance a few moments ago where a ball from Cash down the right-hand side was miscontrolled by Lindelof, and if Kean Davis had just had more faith in his left foot, he could have got a good shot away. He teed it up for Watkins instead, who was then well blocked by Wan-Bissaka. At the other end, there hasn't been too much in terms of attack from United. They did have a counter-attack just a moment ago, but after Rashford's ball to the edge of the area was miscontrolled by Cavani. Just seen Nemanja Matic come on for Bruno Fernandes as well, as United just looked to shore things up in midfield. It's been a decent performance from United in the second half. Villa are just starting to see a little bit more of the ball, but it's still United who lead by 2-1. It's United in possession inside their own half with McTominay being closed down by Watkins. Now we're passed through towards Paul Pogba, getting towards the edge of the area, finds Cavani. Oh, Cavani's mishit that. He's appealing a handball there, Cavani, after that block from Matt Cash. A strike from Luke Shaw is charged down. Ball is over on the right-hand side now. Rashford's ball into Cavani, and Cavani heads it into the back of the net. And Manchester United have their third, and that is surely going to wrap up the points now with Cavani getting that goal. He's had a bit of a poor match really since he's come on, Edinson Cavani, but that is now a third goal which is going to wrap things up here for Manchester United. And we see that it was Shaw at the edge of the area. He then found Fred. Fred saw Rashford over on the right-hand side. Rashford looked up, put a good cross in. Nobody really was following Edinson Cavani. And it's a really good header from Cavani. Just angles that one away from the goalkeeper and is able to get that one into the back of the net. But it really was a good... Manchester United have their third goal at Villa Park, and it's Edinson Cavani, the substitute. He's come on and had a couple of poor touches since he's been on the field, but on this occasion he's in the right place at the right time. After a patient build-up from United at the edge of the area, it was Shaw's ball over towards Rashford on the right-hand side. He puts a cross in, which is... headed in by Edinson Cavani, and it was a good header from Cavani. So he wasn't particularly well marked, but he did well to angle that ball away from the goalkeeper and put it into the back of the net. Villa have been trying towards the end of this match, but it is now Manchester United who lead by 3-1. Now a ball down the left-hand side here, and Watkins is chasing this one, and Henderson gets there first. Watkins hits the deck, and he's asking the question of a penalty. The referee is coming across, but I don't think he's going to be giving a penalty here to Aston Villa. He is going to give a second yellow card to Ollie Watkins. He was booked earlier in this match, and the referee has decided that that was a dive from the Villa man. Let's see this again as Watkins... Well, I mean... There's a bit of a foot out there from the goalkeeper, but as I say, there's definitely not enough to say there was a penalty there. But then, having said that, I mean, there does seem to be a little bit of contact there as well, or certainly close to contact. I think that's probably a little bit harsh to give Watkins a second yellow for that one. I think that's that might be a little bit frustrating there for Ollie Watkins, but just summing up the way this afternoon has ended here for Aston Villa. I think that Watkins possibly was looking for that decision, but I don't know. I just seeing that replay again, I think that there is. I still don't think it was a penalty, but whether or not you could say that Watkins had actually dived to try and win that penalty, or was he just trying to avoid what was a boot coming towards his knee there as well from the goalkeeper Henderson? But the referee Chris Kavanagh has made his mind up, and Villa are going to have to play injury time here with 10 men, although the match is pretty much over with United leading 3-1. So more drama here at Villa Park towards the end. Just after Manchester United scored their third, Villa have been reduced to 10 men after Ollie Watkins was shown his second yellow card. The first yellow card was for a real centre-forward tackle trying to close down an opponent in a defensive position. The second time it was on Harry Maguire that he went in on Ollie Watkins, but the second yellow card is for a dive. He's tried to win a penalty here as the ball was played down the left-hand side. Seeing the replay, I think Watkins might regard himself a little bit unlucky, because there was some scope to say that Henderson was close to making contact, so Watkins could have just been trying to avoid that. Having said that, he does fall theatrically without any real contact. The referee was never in any danger of giving giving the penalty. Watkins sees his second yellow card. We're into 6 minutes of injury time at the end of this match, but it's Aston Villa 1, Manchester United 3, and Villa are down to 10 men. And here come United now down the left-hand side, heading towards the penalty area. Ball is now cleared by Martinez. Back towards Fred now. Head over towards the left-hand side. Here is Wesley back in his own half trying to close him down, but Fred still gets the ball in towards McTominay. And then McTominay back to Wan-Bissaka. It's with Matic in midfield, playing it over towards Victor Lindelof. It's on the left-hand side now with Luke Shaw. Shaw now finding Rashford. Rashford now playing it back towards halfway line for Victor Lindelof. A lot of injury time. Of course, we've had quite a few stoppages, but the game is pretty much done. Villa will be disappointed with how this second half has gone, particularly when they seem to have the measure of United at times in the first half. A lot of possession for United without much end product. So right now, United just quite happy to hold on to the ball in midfield. No real effort to try and get forward. No real effort from Villa to try and press here either. But Fred brings the ball out now and he plays it out towards Wan-Bissaka. Wan-Bissaka puts a high cross into the penalty area, headed away by Matt Cash. And it's on the left-hand side now here with Rashford into Fred. Fred then plays it into Pogba, back heels it for Cavani, who wasn't actually expecting that. Cavani never went after the ball in the end. And it is with Emiliano Martinez now, rolls it out towards Tyrone Mings. Still got around 3.5 minutes of injury time to play in this match. The ball is now with Bertrand Traore down the right-hand side, plays it back towards Matt Cash. Cash over towards Ezri Konsa. Now it's with Mings towards target on the left-hand side. And just to remind you, in terms of the next fixtures for these two sides, Villa play at home to Everton on Tuesday and then away to Palace next Sunday, whereas United have got a game already on Tuesday. They're at home to Leicester City on Tuesday, then they're away to Liverpool on Thursday, and they follow that up with a game against Fulham the midweek after, for the final game of the season. Villa have still got Palace away, Tottenham away, and then Chelsea at home to finish the season. Certainly be looking to do what they can to try and push into that top 10. I think if looking at the table, of course, the table doesn't lie. Whoever finishes in the position deserves to be in that position. But I think, considering that Villa are only 3 points ahead of Wolves and a point behind Arsenal, 2 points behind Leeds, 4 points behind Everton, they probably would like to think they could still make a bit of a race to try and get into that 8th place. But certainly today's defeat will be a little bit of a dent in those chances. It's United comfortably in possession in these final minutes of injury time. Wan-Bissaka now going back towards Eric Bailly. Nemanja Matic back in at the edge of his own penalty area. Things really have slowed down here. It's almost like Villa aren't attempting to press too much and United aren't pressing to get forward too much, so it's all a bit of a stalemate inside the United half. Clearance now from the goalkeeper Henderson. So the referee spots a foul there. Looks like Cavani might have just bumped into Ezri Konsa. Mings now takes the free kick. Here is Ian Davis under pressure, going back towards Jacob Ramsey. That's a good ball from him to find Wesley. Back to Ramsey, and then he's got an option to play it to Traore down the right-hand side. Traore breaks into the box, but then he runs into Nemanja Matic, and United now with a chance to bring the ball away. Here is Pogba to McTominay. So he chips the ball out towards the left-hand side. It's a good ball as well to find Edinson Cavani. Cavani back in now to Pogba. Pogba's ball into the box is straight to Emiliano Martinez. We've got 1 more minute to play here of injury time at Villa Park. It's a good start here from United. Then Villa, perhaps unexpectedly taking the lead and throwing the game up a little bit. But then in the second half, United really have come out with some intent. And Villa have made a couple of errors as well. I say the goal from Greenwood really should have been avoided. I think that Mings and the goalkeeper could take some some minus points there, and then you have to say that the penalty was avoidable as well. Douglas Luiz clumsy in the way he bumped into Bruno Fernandes. That third goal on the counter-attack, again, Cavani, we know how dangerous he is in the box. He should be better marked than that. So Villa certainly could have done a bit better in terms of their defence today. We would have liked to have converted some of those, some of that possession they had in the first half into more chances. But the ball now back with Dean Henderson. We've got seconds to play now. In fact, we've had pretty much the full 6 minutes of injury time. Referee Chris Kavanagh just looks at his watch and he blows for full time here at Villa Park. And so Manchester United win here by 3-1 through a good start from Villa, taking the lead through Bertrand Traoré. Then Bruno Fernandes from the penalty spot on 52, making it 1-1. Mason Greenwood on 56, making it 2-1. Edinson Cavani wrapping things up on 87 minutes. Ollie Watkins sent off in the 90th minute for a second yellow card. That's it for this independent off-tube studio commentary. Thank you very much for your company this afternoon. From myself, Paul Shabakovic. Do join us again soon.